Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Well, folks, a lot of mixed results out there this past week. Some guys did really well, and other guys hardly did anything. But the weather was kind of iffy, depending on the day that guys are going out. So, having said that, the lakes that have been producing fish the past couple of weeks continue to do so. Bitter and Wabe, again, a lot of mixed results there over the past weekend. Indian Springs, Opitz, Reed, Reeds, as well as Rush Lake. South Rush guys have been catching a few walleyes out of there. And then down the southeastern part of the state, lakes like Ponset, Dry, Sinai, Thompson, all have been fairly consistent depending on the day again. Otherwise, 81 Ponds, Vermilion, East and West Oakwood, Twin, as well as Madison and Brand have produced some walleyes as well. Now, what have guys been using? A lot of guys have been pulling plugs, looking for those aggressive fish. Now you got to remember it's August, so there's a lot of forage in the lake, a lot of food supply, in other words. So you got to compete with that. So a lot of guys have been pulling plugs for those active fish. The other way has been using spinners, crawler harnesses with crawlers. Guys have been doing fairly well with that, as well as a slow death rig. The other thing guys have been using now, it's kind of switching over a little bit, is using jigs along with the Authentics plastics. So keep that in mind if you're talking about going out there this next week. And as far as the panfish bite is concerned, the perch, guys are continuing to do well on Big Stone. Other lakes that have been producing some perch, not a lot, has definitely been Ponset, Sinai, Thompson, as well as Dry Lake by Willow Lake. And then the crappie bite continues to be on and off again, but Thompson, Ponset, Vermilion, and Sinai, with Sinai being the best at that this past week. And then the bluegills, guys are catching some really nice bluegills up at Enemy Swim. It's been going all summer long, as well as Vermilion, Brant, and then Lake Pahoja. And what have guys been using? A lot of live bait, obviously. The shiny heinies worked well, as well as the waxworms and maggots, and we have both on hand here at the store. Folks, in this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about the slow death rig as well as the crawler harnesses. Now, we've talked about the slow death rig before, but folks, more and more people are using them, and this past week, as we've heard on the report, they're having a lot of success with it. So the key is with the slow death rig to make sure you have the right hook as well as the right snell length. Now, there's a number of different companies that make the slow death type of hook. One is by Mustad that makes the original slow death hook, and then there's the VMC Spindrift hook as well as the Northland crawler hook. All are basically going to do the same thing, but the key is to make sure you take half a crawler and feed it up past the eyelet of the hook, and then have a little tail sticking off the back of the hook, and then troll at less than 2 miles an hour. And as you're trolling along, that crawler will sit there and rotate, making for a phenomenal presentation for walleyes. It's just been a great success since it's been out, and especially the past couple of weeks. Now, if you don't want to mess with live bait, even though I strongly encourage you to use live bait since I sell it here at the store, there's a number of companies that have come out with artificial crawlers to be used with the slow death rig, such as the Impulse crawler as well as the Gulp hollow crawler. All been really good with the slow death rig. Now, the crawler harnesses. We have a number of crawler harnesses here at the store. Those are 2-hook spinners, and you can see them behind me. They come in a number of different colored blades. All our snells are 48 inches, but they have 2 hooks. One is the first hook, the top hook closest to the blade. You put that into the head of the crawler, and then all you have to do with the second hook is just to put it halfway through. You don't have to make it snug or anything like that. Just have it in there. It's basically going to serve as a trailer hook. So stop on by and take a look at these, because now is the time to use the slow death as well as the crawler harnesses. As we found out, they've been strongly successful across the lakes. Now, if you don't see what you need, we can custom make them for you. We can put them in longer snells. We can make unique bead combinations. You tell us what you want, we'll do it for you at no additional charge. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. So please, guys, remember to send me your photos and keep posting them to our Facebook page. And as always, I always have something to say before we end this week's report. I want to make sure you remember that we have a great sale going on all Romanian rods and combos. They're all on sale. I have still a great selection, so stop on by here at the store or feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132 to find out what we have on hand, and we'd be more than happy to ship it to you if you can't make it to the store. Also, remember to mark your calendars for the Dakota Angler Ice Institute on November 4th and 5th here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Yes, it's not too early to talk about ice, and I know as busy as all of you are, I want to make sure you have it on your calendar. So again, November 4th and 5th. If you have questions about it, feel free to stop by here at the store or give us a call, as I mentioned, at 605-336-9132, or continue to monitor our Facebook page as well as our website. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on. We'll see you next time. And again, folks, thanks for watching.